world, welcome back to my channel. And welcome to probably one of the only things that is actually somewhat, burp squad. We are starting out strong. But welcome to probably one of the only consistent things on my channel, and that is the monthly hits and misses, because the months keep on rolling. That is not going to change. And as such, I have gathered together an assortment of things of which I would like to talk about that I've either been loving or loathing in this particular month. As always, if it looks like I am sweating profusely, it's because I am. My body is just out of all sorts of whack. We think it might be like pre-menopausal situation here. I'm gonna see a doctor. We're gonna see what's what. I hope there's something she can do, because I cannot live my life sweating as much as I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm like sitting not bothering nobody, minding my own business on the couch, and my body's just whoom, and I got sweat dripping down the back of my neck. I got sweat in my knees and in my elbows and just ugh. But that aside, I do have some things that I would like to talk about. We do have a fair amount of non-makeup related things. A couple of y'all have said you enjoy seeing non-makeup related things that I've been loving, so that's what we're gonna do. And obviously, like always, we are gonna start off with La Musica. And not so much of like a couple different songs, so much as it's been a album that I've had basically on repeat for the past month. And that is a return to Soraya of old, although still Soraya of today, because I absolutely love this band and this album. And that is the ever so famous Fallen album by Evanescence. Evanescence is one of my top 10, if not top 5 bands of all time. I just absolutely love them, and for some reason I was just like, I haven't really been listening to this album for a while, and I put it on, and it's just been going on and on and on and on repeat over and over and over again. There is not a single song on this album that I do not love, that I do not enjoy. Like, there's some that I like more than others. Tourniquet's been my favorite ever since I've, known it. Yet over the years, I have like fallen in love with some other ones where when I was younger, I was like, yeah, these are okay where I am now. And I'm like, this thing slaps so hard. But I love this album partly because it takes me and transports me to so many different like areas of my life, There's just a lot of my growth and development in my aesthetic and my music taste and who I am that is pretty much attached to this particular album, if not particular songs within it. It's also been helping me. I've been working really, really hard on the books that I'm writing, and this particular album does inspire me a lot in my more darker themes and elements, which is my vampire book and my gothic, think like a mixture of Anne Rice, Edgar Allan Poe, and maybe like a titchy bit of H.P. Lovecraft and such. So the Evanescence Fallen album works very well for that. I've just been, once again, falling. Amy's voice is one of the most beautiful voices on the planet. She just keeps getting better and better. But when I want to fall back on something that I know is going to inspire me and make me feel good, I do revert oftentimes to the Fallen album. It is just such a phenomenal album of work. Absolutely adore it. Now let's talk about the other non-beauty related items. Sorry, I'm sweating as I say. As much as I prefer the look of long sleeves, I've just got to do what I got to do. I mean, it's going to get to a point where I'm going to be filming like naked because it's so freaking, my body just hates me. But we might as well talk about the CBD Delta 8 products, because y'all know, especially if you're on my Snapchat and shiz like that, y'all know that is my shiz. And we're gonna start off with one thing that I've had for a while, and I recently went to retry it and it just didn't do it for me. This is the GTH Farms G-Tabs 120 mg, and they're like little like pills. That sounds so, they're like these things right here. You don't swallow them, you're supposed to put them under your tongue and have them dissolve. They taste so bad. At the end of it, it turns into this like spicy pepper taste, and I hate that. I think that's due to the concentration of the amount that you're consuming, but these, I never found that they really enhanced my liddy experience. They taste bad. I was gonna try an even higher dosage of these, but I told Katie, the gal who owns the shop that I go to, I was like, don't even bother. I know I'm not going to use them because I don't enjoy the experience of them. And they're really expensive. I think these were like, gosh, it's 10 tablets for I think like $70. And for me, it's just not. I'm probably going to give these to my best friend and her husband for them to use because I know I'm not gonna. This is something that I'm definitely not going to repurchase that didn't really, the experience did not bring me litty joy. Then let's see here. Let's start off with this is again GTH Farms, my favorite end all be all. I love that shiz, but this is the Delta 8 Blue Dream, which is a sativa dominant hybrid. This, usually when I go for Delta 8, I go for an indica. Gelato is my favorite. I just want to space out. But this one is so, this is what I toke on when I'm filming, not when I'm filming, when I'm editing, because this just relaxes me, but keeps me focused. It's like I'm just chilling like a villain, but I am getting shiz done at the same time. I just sit there, I'm going off on my pen, I'm feeling it, it's great, it's wonderful, but I'm also concentrating and not anxiety filled and not scatterbrained. I'm able to focus on the task at hand. I absolutely love this shiz, and I'm definitely repurchasing another cartridge when I bought back to Virginia for a doctor's appointment that I have. And I just like, I was talking to my best friend Morgan, she's gotten into this now and she really likes the Blue Dream stream, and she's just like, you've got to do it, you've got to get it. Makes you so productive, and it really does. It like zeroes in, gets rid of all the anxiety, and then makes you like focused, but you're focused without being like agitated. That's what I love about it. It is a non-agitated, non-stressful, non-anxiety filled focusedness. Definitely recommend this. I'm highly excited to try other sativa hybrids. I've tried a couple ones before and they've just kind of not really done it for me, not really noticed a difference. But this one, you definitely notice a difference. It's a nice daytime kind of cartridge where you're not going to end up feeling like, I can't stand, I need to lay down, I need to go eat 500 chicken nuggets, which the gelato will do to you, I shiz you not. But I absolutely love this, strongly recommend. Honestly, so far, strongly recommend anything from GTH Farms. Then we've got the wowza. Last time I was there, every time we go into the shop, Katie's all like, come on in, let me show you what we got that's new. And I'm like, yeah. Shut up and take my money. I don't even know what brand this is, but these right here are 300 mg Delta 8 gummies. It's more like a circle of fruit leather that ends up tasting kind of peppery like the other stuff at the end. You got to chew it and swallow it hard or else it gets a little... I'm just learning that a high concentration of Delta 8 tends to have that peppery aftertaste. But, y'all, I did half of this the first time and I darn near saw Jesus. I was just like, it was probably one of the best liddy moments of my life. Because y'all know I really enjoy the gummies from GTH Farms, but this is just like, if you want to get liddy and you want to get liddy fast, this is what you're gonna take. I've tried a half, I've tried a quarter. A quarter is really nice if you just want this like nice gradual whatever, you know, that builds up and you're like, but if you want something that's gonna hit you in the face, you take half of these and you're gone. You're on a roller coaster, you are there. Have not ventured to trying a whole one. I'm afraid of my head just exploding. They are $16 and these are just, I just love trying out different, you know, things and seeing how they work with me. I'm actually really thinking about starting a podcast with my best friend Morgan, and I want us to like talk about and review our experiences with these stuff. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing and you'd actually want to like see, you know, hear a podcast for me, definitely let me know down below. But I love this. If I can find a link, I will text Katie and ask her like, where'd you get this? Can I leave a link? I'm telling my subscribers about it. I will do that. Absolutely love this. I'm going back, like I said, to Virginia. I'm going to buy like 4 more of these just so I can have them on hand because they're $16 each, but they really do go a long way. 'Cause it's just titchy bit, unless you want to go like balls to the wall, which, hey, you keep doing you, boo-boo. Okay, let's then go into the makeup products. Let's start off with something. I don't know if I've talked about this or not, but y'all remember I had the, what's it called? The Batiste Volumizing Dry Shampoo, which I said I would take to my grave. Well, I have found the Not Your Mother's Plump for Joy Bodybuilding Dry Shampoo, which they're cruelty-free. Batiste is not. I have found a successful replacement, and I am so happy about that because this stuff is so good. When I have my natural hair, you guys see here, I kind of like to coif it up, you know, pompadour it a little bit. And to achieve this sort of situation, it requires a fair amount of this and then a fair amount of hairspray because I need something that's going to give my hair texture and volume so that I can shape it. And this works so well for that. Since I've been so overheated, y'all will have noticed I'm not wearing wigs as much as I can. I am going to wear wigs when I can. It's not like, oh, I'm never going to wear wigs again. But y'all, with this whole overheating problem that I have, wearing a wig is kind of like out of the question right now because I will do nothing but sweat. I will not be able to cool down. And so I've been using this a lot more because I've been doing the natural hair a lot more, and I've been really happy that I did find a replacement for that because I love that volumizing dry shampoo, and this is basically the same, if not better. Gives a lot of texture, a lot of volume, a lot of just like structure, and that's what I was looking for. So this makes me exceptionally happy. All right, then we've got some skincare items. This is the Cleen Beauty Rosehip Jelly Face Cleanser. This is a brand at Walmart where the majority of their stuff is like $10 and under. I've tried a moisturizer from them. I've tried a couple different things from them, and after I've tried everything that I've got from them, I will be reviewing all the products together, as well as doing a like the best of affordable skincare video. Okay, so this is okay. I started using this after the Good Molecules one that I got, and I really like this one. I will say for anyone who is sensitive to scent, be careful because you put this on, you're like, oh yeah, that's a lot of artificial rose. And it's not something that like dissipates, it like lingers. I mean, after you wash it off and after you've done the other steps of your skincare, then it's gone. But when you're using it, it's pretty powerful. So I don't know how well it's gonna be for someone who's really sensitive to that sort of shiz, because I'm not. And if I'm not sensitive to it and I'm the one saying, whoo, it's got an aroma. God only knows what it's going to be like to somebody who's actually sensitive to this sort of thing. But scent aside, it's actually a really good cleanser. It's very gentle, it's very soft, but it does get your face nice and clean. It's very fresh. It's very, like I said, very sensitive. Not sensitive, it's very gentle. I could definitely recommend this for normal to dry skin. I could recommend it for dry skin. Not so sure about oily, but maybe normal to oily. It seems pretty utilitarian in that way. I've been really enjoying it. Not sure if I would repurchase it. I've got other like really holy grail cleansers that I might purchase before this, but while using it, it's been really nice for my complexion. Considering all the stress and everything that I've got doing right now, the complexion is doing pretty good. I'm surprised my face just hasn't fallen off. And y'all know that your girl loves, I love my bougie skincare. I love that, but I also love finding really good affordable products because not everybody has $68 to drop on some Tatcha all up in this shiz. And honestly, speaking about like inexpensive good skincare, this is a new step in my routine and I haven't been using it. Usually I like to do a 3 weeks to a month before I talk about a skincare product because you can tell whether a skincare product is working for you by consistent use. You can't use it 2 days and then use something else and be like, I have an accurate idea of what it's actually doing. But I've been using this for about a week and a half, and this is the E.l.f. Supertone, a toner with brightening fruit acids. Y'all will not have seen it yet. I did film a little mini haul. It should be coming out shortly after this, or maybe shortly before this. It's coming soon on the channel. Just wait for it or watch it. I love the packaging and I love this toner. So the way I do my face, I cleanse, like I will use this, and then I will use something like the Tatcha rice powder, or if it's been like 3 or 4 days, I'll do a different kind of exfoliant, and then after I do all that, after my pores are all beautiful and open and ready to accept all the gloriousness, dot a little bit of this on a cotton pad and just pat away. And it's just like an extra level of clarification on my skin. It's like the next thing to take my skincare routine to another level, because my skin is now so bright and so firm and so beautiful. It just is very invigorating and youth infusing. I had no expectations. The last time I'd used a toner was when I was still using a sugar body scrub on my face every day. And so now that I actually have a realistic good skincare routine, this was just so nice. Sometimes it has like a little tingle to it and your skin just feels so invigorated. And then I put my serums. It's been like making a better canvas for then like my serums to go on and my moisturizer. And overall, my skin has just been better after I started using this. I highly recommend it. I think it's like $8. And maybe my mind is just blown because I haven't been using a toner all these whatever years, but it just did something so wonderful almost from the get-go. It just made my skin so clear, like just bright and fresh and clear and healthy. Because my mom bought me, you will or you have seen in the haul, my mom bought me a bunch of e.l.f. skincare because she loves me, and I've been telling her, I'm like, thank you so much for buying this for me because it's freaking amazing. I will be doing a video talking about, I'm going to be trying a bunch of different e.l.f. skincare, and then I'm going to be doing a video talking about e.l.f. skincare as well as the best of affordable skincare again. Then another thing from e.l.f. that I've been trying, this is kind of like a middle ground thing. This is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. I mean, it's so cute. It's a little bubby, just a little tater-tot. I do really appreciate the fact that e.l.f. sells a lot of its skincare in like travel size, because I mean, with skincare, you don't necessarily want to buy the whole shebang bang and then find out it doesn't work for you. So I appreciate little baby skincare. Although I think this is just the size of it regularly, maybe not. I'm totally fine with it. This is an eye cream, so it's like you don't use that much anyway. And they do have a whole Holy Hydration line. I've got the cleanser, the toner, and the moisturizer and the eye cream. So like I said, as I use things and so forth, videos will be coming. But this, I'm a little bit mixed on it because I like so far what it's done for my eyes. I think it has made them a lot more hydrated, especially in this area here. I think that's partly why eyeshadow doesn't like sticking to this area here, because I think I have very dry eyelids. So it has definitely helped in that department, which is amazing because you all know how frustrated I get with that shiz. But like the one thing I don't like about it, which might be a little bit like stupid, but it kind of has like, of course it looks fine there, but it has, and you're not gonna see it. When I'm putting it on like my under eye and I'm dabbing it, it kind of has like this like little bit of like a white overcast to it, and I'm like, all right, come on, blend into the skin. Come on, drink it up. And so I do find that there's a little bit of it. Yeah, you see kind of how there's that ashy whiteness to it there. Not sure why it does that. That's kind of a dumb reason to not like it. I really hope the face moisturizer doesn't do this because I absolutely despise that. I'm anal, I understand. But I really like what it's doing for my eyes. I'm not a huge fan of like, I like the formulation for my eyes, but I don't like the formulation in the way that it is. Like what it does, not how it looks. I'm not the most well-versed in eye creams. I haven't tried a huge amount of them. It's something that's kind of new to me in the past like year and a half. But I do really like this so far. I'm excited to see how it continues on. You know, like I said, I like the results. I can live with a little bit of white overcast, especially since I use this. This is my nighttime night cream. All right, then we've got got another skincare thing. I know y'all have seen this in a monthly hits and misses before, but I gotta talk about it again. I bought it again. This is the fourth Ray Beauty, which is Colourpop's Beauty, the brand. Rainfall 2% hyaluronic acid serum. I love this serum. This is probably my third favorite serum. My first two favorite serums are from Good Molecules. The hyaluronic one and the brightening one. Those two are like two of my end all be all, and the IOPE one. But the IOPE one I typically use for like my more intense trouble areas, whereas something like this is appropriate for the whole face. And again, I just love how this works. I love it when skincare makes a difference. I was using a vitamin C serum from Bliss, which was okay. It was nice. But then when I started using this again, you know, I realized it wasn't necessarily the best thing, the best match for my skin. Whereas this is just a match made in heaven. Like I said, my third, fourth favorite serum. It is affordable. I love the fact that the bottle is like plastic, so you can drop it and it won't break. Definitely something I would highly recommend from their skincare. I would love to try more, but y'all know I have a lot of skincare that I'm like, all right, you gotta focus on what you've got right now. Use the things you want to make videos on, you know? And like I said, I just started using it again and I was like, you're so good. I love you so much. It's just, you need just the smallest amount and it plumps and enlivens and hydrates your skin, and you're like, ah, yes, I am not a 30-year-old with the weight of the world on my shoulders. I am a young, beautiful co-ed in a music video with perfect skin. Then, last but not least, let's talk about a kind of random, no, not last but not least. Let's talk about this one first. Y'all would have seen my review of this palette. If you haven't seen it, I will leave it linked down below, but this is the Colourpop Fade Into Hue palette. If you've seen my review, you know that this is, I mean, basically don't buy it. That was my consensus. It's like, there's not enough consistent quality for this to be something that I could be like, yes, go out and buy it. It's worth the money. Also, if you haven't seen me trying this on camera, I will leave that link down below. I really liked how that look turned out, but it's just, I bought it to review it. Definitely didn't need to because I have the correlating monochromatic palette. So for someone who has those, it's not worth it at all. For someone who wants to get into color, I don't like it either because it's just too inconsistent. It would be a much better choice to go in and get the monochromatic palettes or look for another rainbow palette because this one just isn't formulated consistently enough to please me. Absolutely love that shine bright, that goldy yellow right there going on, you know, this sort of thing. You know, also really like the oat shade right here. You know, there are shades within this palette that I like and enjoy that I'm going to continue to use. Maybe potentially could also depot this perhaps. But for a palette on a whole, like I said, it's just too inconsistent. It's got too many shades that are underwhelming. It's just not enough to justify the price. Even on sale, I got this on sale. It's definitely not enough to justify the original price, but it wasn't even enough to justify the sale price. It's just too inconsistent for me to really, you know, rely on it and say, yeah, it's good. I'm going to use it because I have it. Some of the shades I really enjoy, but some shades being really enjoyable does not, like I said, is not enough to make this like, yeah, it's worth $32. I don't say it's worth like maybe the $25 I paid for it. Go in and get like, you know, some singles, some brightly colored singles and make your own Colourpop rainbow palette that doesn't have pressed glitters in it. Then last but not least, this is actually a NYX palette that a subscriber sent to me. She'd actually sent it to me quite a while ago, like while I was moving from the Linden house to the Virginia house, and then I went into Tennessee in October. It actually got delivered to the Linden house, so I found it amidst a bunch of stuff that my mother-in-law had brought over, and I was like, oh, hey, this is the palette that subscriber was talking about if I'd received it yet. And they sent it to me after I did that whole like NYX full face disaster. And I was like, oh, this sucks. And they were like, I know that sucks, but I've had really good luck with this. And I sent it to you. And I really enjoy it. My three favorite, it's actually funny, my three favorite colors in this palette are actually shimmers. This one, and this one. Absolutely stunning. I love this like bright mossy green. I mean, that's like green shimmer dreams. They perform really, really well. I also like the mattes. For as dark as this trio is here, they're really, really good. They blend nicely. They apply well. They're not powdery or patchy. Absolutely grateful to receive this as a gift and for the fact that it actually works really well. I also love that green right there, like that khaki cool tone green. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like this is like a larger version of what the Huda Beauty Haze khaki one could have been. I mean, no tea, no shade, just kind of calling it like it is. Really, really pleased with this. And like I said, for those three shimmers alone, like if I were to be like, oh, well, I don't want to keep this palette, I would depot those three shimmers because they're just, for someone who loves green, they're amazing. Okay, so I lied. I've actually got one more thing to talk about. This was also recommended by and sent to me by a subscriber. This is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof. That's why it's such a pain to get off. I've been using this for like a week and a half now, and I'd go to take and be like, why is this not removing? Because it's waterproof and I'm a moron. But I can attest to its waterproofness, so there is that. But I have been really enjoying this eyeliner. It is what I use to create my glorious wings today. It's slim, it's opaque, it's precise, it goes well, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't feather. This is really, really good, and I'm kind of sad about that because Wet n Wild, I believe, they've had their cruelty-free whateverness revoked because of selling in China and not telling anyone. So I can't actually, I've used it because one of y'all sent me and I highly recommend, I'm very happy, thank you for the recommendation. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, but I can't buy it because they're not cruelty-free. But it's really, really good. I mean, this is probably the closest dupe that I found to the KVD tattoo liner. And y'all know that's been like my favorite eyeliner for years. When I first bought that shiz, I was like, I'm never gonna spend $20 on an eyeliner. And then I spent $20 on an eyeliner, and the first like stroke I made with that eyeliner, I was like, oh. My soul just about left my body, and I realized what people raved about it. But this, like I said, closest dupe I've found. I think it's like $4 or $5. It's been absolutely amazing. Usually I have to use multiple eyeliners to like complete my eyeliner look. I did this all with one eyeliner, and that makes me exceptionally happy. I will be very sad when this runs out because I really, really like this and I don't think I'm going to be able to repurchase it. All right, that was this month of hits and misses. Kind of amazing how far we've come in the year already. I don't know if it's going to get any easier, any less intense. Would love to hear what y'all have to say about the products I talked about. If you agree with me, you don't agree with me, all that jazz. Start a discussion down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!